What's up guys, just Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to Daily Dose of Transfer Gossip, and today is Wednesday the 30th of August. And we're now down to the final 2 days of this summer transfer window. Tomorrow, deadline day, it should be insane. But just before we get started in today's episode, as always, if you can show support by leaving a like rating, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, make sure to press the subscribe button for daily FIFA content and press the notifications tab next to it to receive alerts about my videos. If you missed yesterday's video, it'll be down below in the description box. And today's question of the day, do you think your club will buy someone before deadline day? If so, who? Let me know your answers down below in the comments section. But now, let's jump on to confirmed deals. The very first player is going to be Marlon. He has now joined OGC Nice on loan for the season from FC Barcelona. Next up, we got to Dicko, going to Hull City from Wolves for a fee of £3.5 million. And now we have one for Leeds United, and the player is a German striker called Soja from Hamburg on loan for the season, and I imagine he could be the replacement for Chris Wood, who went to Burnley. Josh King has signed a new deal with Bournemouth, taking it until 2021, so a 4-year deal. Next up, we go on to Luis Neto, going to Fenerbahce from Zenit in Russia for a fee. I'm not too sure how much it is, but the Fenerbahce account has tweeted pictures of him having a medical, and he's passed it. And next up, we have got 3 transfers, which all include Celta Vigo. And the very first one is a French striker called Bevu, I'm not sure how you say his name, but he joined CD Leganes in Spain on loan for the season. Then we got onto a player not on FIFA 17 called PATRIK, I think that's how you say his name, going to Lyon from Celta Vigo for a fee of €10 million plus €4 million in add-ons. And he's also signed a 5-year deal with them. Then we got onto one to Celta Vigo, it's quite a big one for them, and that's Emre Mor from Borussia Dortmund for a fee of €13 million. He was very close to going to Inter Milan. I'm not sure why the deal itself broke down, but either way, he's got to move to Spain now and will get more first team football. And then we have another one in the Championship, and the player is going to be Aluka, going to Reading from Fulham for £7.5 million. Abdennour has gone to Marseille from Valencia on loan deal for the season. Then we got to one for Monaco. It was in yesterday's episode, but now it's all official, and the player is going to be Stevan Jovetic. And the details about the transfer itself is he's joined them from Inter Milan for a fee. Some places are saying €11 million, others though are saying 13. He is in fact wearing Mbappe's current number being number 10, so Mbappe to PSG should be announced very, very soon. Jovetic wasn't the only player Monaco signed yesterday though, because they completed the deal for Keita Balde-Diao from Lazio. And the fee apparently is €30 million plus bonuses. And finally, he signed a deal until 2022. And this deal in particular could be the very start of a domino effect of transfers. It may play a big role in the future of LEMAR, we'll have to wait and see. Next up, we go on to Kevin Wimmer going to Stoke City from Tottenham for £18 million. And they managed to beat the likes of Crystal Palace and West Brom to get his signature. Next up, we go on to final confirmed today, and that's Patrick Schick going to Roma from Sampdoria. So the overall fee for this one is very, very confusing, and I'll start breaking it down. So first up, it is a loan deal to Roma, but it's got an initial loan fee of €5 million plus an obligation to buy for €9 million more. Now you're probably thinking €14 million in total is very, very low for him, but there's so many add-ons on top of that. The deal for the striker also includes performance-related fees up to €8 million, and the bonuses are relative to both the club and the player. Sampdoria are entitled to €20 million in February 2020 for Patrick Schick. And finally, they'll receive 50% of any transfer, or €20 million should be sold before. So apparently the minimum fee for him is €42 million. And it could work out to be a fair amount more than that, because Roma, they're given 50% of the transfer fee before 2020, whichever is more. So it is quite a complex deal, but either way, it's now all official. But next up, we go on to Kylian Mbappe. Again, it's somewhat in the confirmed section, but according to BBC Sport today, Monaco striker Kylian Mbappe has reportedly passed a medical ahead of a loan move to rivals Paris Saint-Germain. Now, because Monaco have announced the signings of Jovetic as well as Keita Balde-Diao, they'll probably announce the sale of Mbappe very soon, and potentially LEMAR after that if a deal goes through. And I also read somewhere that it should be announced today because France, they play on Thursday. But now let's move on to potential deals. And the very first player is going to be Denis Suarez. So according to Corriere dello Sport today, Serie A side Napoli want to sign 23-year-old Barca midfielder Denis Suarez. Now with Barca signing Dembele as well as potentially getting Coutinho, I imagine Denis Suarez won't be playing too much this season, so potentially could be looking for a move. Next up, we go on to another Barca player. This time it's going to be Arda Turan, according to Mundo Deportivo. They're saying that Monaco have made a late move to sign Barca midfielder Arda Turan. Although other sources in France are saying George Mendes is trying to place Arda Turan at Monaco, which has been met with a big fat no for the moment. And the same situation as Denis Suarez before, he probably won't play too much football this season, so maybe could be looking for a move. Next up, we go on to Mamadou Sakho, and according to Liverpool Echo today, Liverpool have rejected a £25 million bid from Palace for the Frenchman. And Liverpool are adamant they won't budge on a £30 million price tag. And the deal itself broke down to be £22 million plus 3 million add-ons. And there is also interest from Leicester City as well as West Brom. Next up, we go on to Hervedez into Juve again, this time according to Damasio. He is saying that Hervedez has arrived in Turin for his Juventus medical. And the deal itself is a loan move with a €3.5 million fee, and there is also an option to buy worth €8.5 million. And he is expected to undergo a medical today with the Italian champions, and to be fair, that seems like a great deal. And next up, according to Foot Mercato, Ligue 1 side Marseille are currently in talks with FC Porto for striker Vincent Aboubakar. They claim that a €15 million bid from Marseille was rejected by the Portuguese side, leading Marseille to make an improved offer of €17 million. And they're currently waiting for a response from Porto about the bid, but apparently Porto's asking price a little bit more at €20 million. Some places were saying Marseille were going for Dembele in the last couple of days, but apparently they can't actually afford him. Next up, we've gone to Kieran Gibbs, and according to the Telegraph today, West Brom have agreed a fee of £7 million for Kieran Gibbs. And they also mentioned that the defender underwent a medical last night. And it does seem that Arsenal are having a massive clear out, because according to Sky Italia today, Inter have made a £4.6 million loan offer to Arsenal for Mustafi, plus a £23 million option to buy next summer. And a year ago, Arsenal did sign Mustafi from Valencia for a fee, and there's like £35 million, so obviously it would be a loss overall. And given the fact they play a three at the back and currently have got very bad defensive issues, selling one of their better centre-backs, honestly to me, it makes no sense. And according to the Telegraph today, Arsenal have joined Man City and Leicester City in the race to sign Johnny Evans from West Brom ahead of deadline day. But the reason there is a Man City badge here instead of an Arsenal one, the Daily Mail said that Johnny Evans will snub Arsenal in favour of joining Man City before the window closes. And another player that Arsenal could be selling today is going to be Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. So yesterday, I mentioned how Chelsea had agreed a fee for him, or with Arsenal, worth £35 million. But according to a guy called David Ornstein, I'm not sure how to say his name, but he does work for the BBC, and he has said that Oxlade-Chamberlain has rejected the Chelsea move and wants to join Liverpool. And he does expect Liverpool to make a bid for him, but it'll be less than Chelsea's £40 million they offered. And if no Liverpool offer comes in for him, he'll stay at Arsenal. And apparently one of the reasons for rejecting Chelsea is because they'd want to play him as a right wing back, whereas at Liverpool, he'll play centre mid. And next up, according to RMC Sport, Newcastle have accepted an offer worth around £15 million from Fulham for Dwight GAYLE. Now, he did do fantastic for Newcastle last season, but I'm not sure if he's good enough for the step up to the Premier League. And it's probably why Fulham sold Luco to Reading for 7.5 mil, because they're bringing in Dwight GAYLE. And next up, we've got Serge Aurier. So according to Get French Football today, his move to Tottenham is being held up by the UK Home Office. Aurier has submitted his visa request, but has not heard back just yet. Whereas FSR Sport has said Tottenham could miss out on the PSG defender, as the 24-year-old prefers a move to Manchester United. And next up, a short update from yesterday's episode regarding Van Dijk. So according to Daily Mail today, Liverpool are still making Van Dijk one of their transfer priorities as part of a £200 million recruitment drive. And despite the reports saying Liverpool are currently waiting on Southampton to give the go-ahead, it does seem they're trying to work on a deal already. And now, according to the Telegraph, Chelsea have tabled a £25 million bid for Everton one-way midfielder Ross Barkley. They will face competition from Tottenham, but I imagine Chelsea will get their man. Next up, we've gone to Coutinho yet again, and according to a few reports today, Coutinho will leave Liverpool this window. The fee is set to be €160 million, and Liverpool want to sign replacements before selling him. And when this story broke, I actually put out a tweet saying that basically, at this point in time, if we do sign Van Dijk and also LEMAR, I wouldn't be fully against selling Coutinho, because we have extra money on top of it to possibly buy other players. And it does seem that Klopp is annoyed by the Coutinho stuff going on, and I'm pretty sure him playing for Brazil, or training for Brazil at least, that was probably the final straw. But according to the Liverpool Echo, senior LFC officials have denied suggestions they have caved in and agreed to sell Coutinho to Barca. And next up, according to L'Equipe, Liverpool have increased their offer for Thomas Lemar to €80 million plus Divock Origi on loan for the season. And Monaco is still yet to respond to the latest offer. And that bid was placed very early yesterday, so before they officially announced Jovetic as well as signing Keita Badial. And the structure of the offer was €50 million up front, plus €30 million next summer. And finally, there are some rumours that potentially being accepted, and Liverpool's medical staff have travelled to France's training camp to complete a medical. And just like Mbappe, if it is to go through potentially, it could be today because France play tomorrow. And now we got on to the main one for today, and the player is Alexis Sanchez linked to Man City. So the latest bit of news about him today is according to Sky Sports News by saying that Arsenal have rejected a £50 million bid from Man City for the Chilean. Sky also said that Sanchez is desperate to move to Man City because he wants to win titles. David Ornstein from the BBC is saying that Arsenal have rejected all offers from Man City for Sanchez. He's not for sale unless huge money and player are offered by Man City. Sky are saying that Man City could let Sterling go as part of a deal for Sanchez, but City are actually asking for Sanchez as well as money for Raheem Sterling. The Independent are saying Man City are confident of completing a cash-only deal to sign Alexis Sanchez from Arsenal before Thursday. And back onto Raheem Sterling yesterday, the very first couple of rumours were saying that potentially Arsenal could get Sterling plus cash for Alexis Sanchez, but like I mentioned before, apparently it's the other way around. And Goal.com are also saying that Fabian Delph was also potentially included in a deal. And the Independent are also saying that Arsenal have asked Man City for Sergio Aguero in exchange for Alexis Sanchez. And finally, TV13 is saying Sanchez has asked to leave the Chilean training camp to conduct personal business. And I'm not gonna lie, at this point in time, it does seem a very hard time for Arsenal fans. They're not doing great in the league, but on top of that, a lot of players could be sold. Like losing Alexis Sanchez on top of that, Oxlade-Chamberlain and Mustafi, that's a big hit. But that is the final one for today's episode, guys. So as always, if you enjoyed it, show your support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, make sure to press the subscribe button for daily FIFA content and press the notifications tab next to it to receive alerts about my videos. If you missed yesterday's video, it'll be down below in the description box. And today's question of the day: do you think your club will sign anyone before deadline day? If so, who? Let me know your answers down below in the comment section. So thank you for watching this video. I'll see you next time.